San Diego Comic-Con 2018 delivered us some fantastic trailers, and now it's time to go back and rank those trailers worst to best. What were your favorite trailers at Comic-Con? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my ranking of the San Diego Comic-Con 2018 trailers worst to best. I'm super excited for another excuse to talk about these trailers, talk about what I'm excited about, and I cannot wait to hear from you. What were your favorite trailers? How would you rank these worst to best? Number 7, Titans. By far and away, this surely was my least favorite of all the trailers. It really was. I don't have a strong base with the Titans, so when it comes to heroes that I'm not familiar with, what I want to see in the trailer is things that will connect me to the characters and make me want to know more about them. So I've seen Justice League versus the Teen Titans. I've seen Judas Contract, and I've read Teen Titans Earth 1 Volume 1. So I do have a base for the characters, but that's it. That's all that I've seen, and that's all that I've read. So these characters are all brand new to me. So when I was watching this trailer, there were things I was looking for. So when they showed Starfire, Starfire's like the leader, and she and Dick Grayson got kind of a on-again, off-again thing, a love thing going on from what I've seen. And so I was kind of looking for stuff like that. I wanted to see the leadership qualities of Starfire. I wanted to see how they're going to interpret that in her, and what are they going to do between her and Dick Grayson. But I got nothing. They really only showed her for a few seconds and not much of her personality and what she's like, what she's really going to be like. And then Beast Boy, he's a fun and light-hearted character. And we got 2 seconds of him in this trailer, and so didn't get to see him even transform into an animal. So that made me kind of sad. And then Raven, I don't know. Raven and Dick Grayson is what they showed us a lot of in this trailer. And what they showed me of Raven, I felt like this. It felt like emo CW characters. That's what it felt like when I saw Raven. It didn't feel dark. It didn't feel mysterious. It felt forced. It felt emo. It felt whatever. It didn't win me over to want to know more about the character. And I felt the same thing about Dick Grayson. When he says, F Batman, it just feels so abundantly forced because that's something Damian Wayne would say. And then the way Dick Grayson took out everybody in that alley, some people in comments have been telling me, he didn't kill them. That just doesn't feel like Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson can be gritty, especially when you dig into Nightwing, and I'm playing those Arkham games, and he's got his nightsticks, and they have tasers on the end. Yeah, I don't want to get on Dick Grayson's bad side, okay? I get it, he is kind of gritty, but the way he took out those thugs in this trailer is more reminiscent of Jason Todd or Damian Wayne trained assassin. That's what it felt more like to me, and it didn't feel like Dick Grayson. The 2 movies I've seen of Teen Titans and the 1 comic I've read, even though it's dealt with some dark things and some gritty things, the characters seem overall pretty lighthearted and fun, even when they're dealing with some darker and grittier themes. This just felt forced, trying to make the characters as absolutely dark as we can make them. And why are they making that choice when the DCEU hasn't done so well based on its darkness, and now they're making a move to light? It's not saying that the show won't be good, just as a review, as a trailer, I'm just like, that didn't win me over. Number 6, Iron Fist. I am really interested for season 2 of Iron Fist, and I really did like this trailer because it showed me my favorite thing from Iron Fist, which is him fighting. I love Kung Fu, and in Iron Fist Season 1, whenever the dude was doing Kung Fu, whenever he's beating the snot out of people, I was tremendously entertained. So to me, that was really smart to have this trailer of him beating the snot out of these thugs. That was really smart. And then end it with his fist turning yellow and boom! Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, so right there, they showed the stuff that I wanted to see out of Danny Rand. Now, also in season 2 of Luke Cage, my favorite episode is where Danny Rand guest starred. And the reason I loved that episode is what I hated about season 1 of Iron Fist was how whiny and cryy Danny Rand was. Of all the defenders, he is the crybaby one. He is the little baby, and I'm going to cry about everything, and I'm just going to throw a fit, and this is not right. I don't know. There's something about it. It just felt very whiny. But then you get into this Luke Cage episode. Luke Cage is the one that's all bitter, and taking the mentorship role is Danny Rand, trying to walk Luke Cage out of that darkness and to let go of his bitterness. Watching Danny Rand be more mature and take on that mentorship and leadership role, it just really grew the character up for me and made me like him and respect him all the more. So to get into this trailer and seeing him do my favorite thing, the Kung Fu, to hear him say, hey, this is my city, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, gave him that commission, take care of my city. So it's really cool to see him grow up a little bit and show the best part of Iron Fist, which was him fighting. So I am curious to see what they're going to do with season 2, and I thought it was a well done trailer. They showed us the best parts of Danny Rand. Number 5, The Crimes of Grindelwald. No matter how many times I say that name, Grindelwald, I have zero confidence that I'm saying it right. I watched the trailer like 3 times before doing this video to listen to Jude Law Dumbledore pronounce the name so that I could try to pronounce it here, and yet I still have no confidence that I'm pronouncing Grindelwald correctly. However, I am looking forward to this movie. It does look way better than the first one. I felt a disconnect with the first one. What was my favorite part of the first one was Jacob. He was the best part by far and away, and I was really sad when they erased his memory, but I knew the guy was coming back. So it's really cool to see him back in this trailer and get more of him in this trailer. I don't know if they're going to restore his memory somehow, or if he's just going to have to make all new memories with all these characters, and we're going to watch him experiencing the wizarding world again for the first time. Like, I don't know how that's going to go, or which direction they're going to go with it, and I think it's smart that they didn't show us that, because you know, it makes me feel like I'm watching a trailer where they're not giving too much away. And I like that. I don't like trailers that give everything away. But I'm excited to see Jacob return. Newt looks really cool. But what was awesome is opening this trailer with the nostalgia. That there they are in the Defense Against the Dark Art class being taught by Dumbledore. And Newt's biggest fear is working in an office. I'm with you, Newt. So that was really hilarious. A great lighthearted way to open it up and then get into this trailer with more wizarding action, and all the fantastic beasts that they showed look awesome. Like, visually, again, this looks amazing, and I'm looking forward to getting into this movie and seeing these beasts in the context of the story, what they're going to do with the beast in this one, so I'm looking forward to it. Number 4, Godzilla. You want to talk about visuals? The visuals in this trailer were just absolutely incredible. That's what blew me away about this trailer more than anything else, because whatever they showed us of the story didn't quite blow me away, because especially when you have that lady and she's on the screen and she's like, the Earth, it has a fever, and we humans are the disease. That's the first Kingsman movie plot. But, okay, so putting that aside, the visuals of this trailer were incredible. Rodan, which I believe is the pterodactyl, it was really cool to see him flying over the neighborhood, and in the wake of him flying over, the wind that he produces as he flies, it's like a hurricane following him, knocking down all those houses. So that was kind of interesting to see, you know, Mothra and his glowing wings in the dark caverns with the waterfalls around. Like, that was incredible. So much of this trailer just looks so good, and so it was really cool to see all of these monsters that honestly I'm not super familiar with, but even though I'm not super familiar with them, the way that this trailer's done, I can just feel the nostalgia, but the visuals are just awesome. I can't wait to see all these monsters. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this story. I cannot wait to see how all this works together, and it's just going to be really cool to see. Now I want to hit some honorable mentions before I hit my top 3. So honorable mention number 1, the Clone Wars show. I wish I could rank this one. The only reason it's not ranked for me is because I've only just started watching it. I just watched the movie for the first time, and I'm only 10 episodes into season 1. So that's why I didn't feel super comfortable ranking it, because I'm so new to it, but I am really excited they're going to continue it. Star Trek Discovery is my next honorable mention, and that's an honorable mention because of how much I've just been getting into Star Trek recently. I've always liked Star Trek. I always enjoyed the movies and stuff like that. But just recently, I went through and binged The Next Generation on Netflix, and right now, I'm almost done with Season 1 of Deep Space Nine. So, I've really enjoyed these shows. They're really good. Picard is my captain. I mean, I love Kirk, don't get me wrong, but Picard, man, yeah, that's the dude I want to be my captain. Maybe Cisco. We'll see. I gotta get to know him better as we get deeper into Deep Space Nine, which I also hear is just incredibly good, so I'm, like, excited to dig into this. Point is, Star Trek is awesome to me, and I'm having fun with this world and the future and all that stuff. Now, I have not watched Discovery Season 1, which is why I did not rank this trailer for Season 2. But watching this trailer for Season 2, it did look fun, it looked like a good space adventure, and Captain Christopher Pike and things like that, so it has things that have sparked my interest, and I wouldn't mind checking it out. I just don't feel convinced to pay for yet another streaming service. My last honorable mention is the Arrowverse trailers, and I only watched 2 of them, and that was Arrow and The Flash, because those are the only 2 shows that I have interest in, and that interest is kind of just dwindling a little bit, which makes me sad. Arrow seasons 1 and 2 were my favorite seasons, like almost of any show. I loved the first 2 seasons of Arrow. Season 3 was okay, but that's like the beginning of the downfall. But right in season 4, where we threw in the magic and we messed up the character Felicity, and now she just lectures Oliver every episode, Waiting for the Felicity lecture. Why is Oliver wrong today? I mean, he's only the one that lived on the island and had 5 years in hell and all of this training, and she's the one that's lived in the city and none of that. But yes, what lectures does Felicity have in store for Oliver today, where she's right and he's wrong, even though we can clearly see he's right and she's wrong, but the show wants us to believe she's right and he's wrong. It's annoying! And this season 5 with Team Arrow. Why did it have to be a Team Arrow? I never liked it. I never liked Team Arrow. What made the show great was you had Diggle, you had Felicity on the computers, and you had Oliver out on the streets, and Diggle was backup, and like, he's a great character, but those basics were awesome. And then every once in a while, bringing in Speedy or bringing in Arsenal, like, yeah, that's cool. Like, every once in a while bringing that in, but keeping it Arrow focused. And now that we have to have this entire team, it is flippin' annoying. And what made it more annoying was diving into season 6 of this show, where we had to do a civil war. We had to do our own Arrow civil war because Marvel did it, so now we got to do it on the CW. And when the civil war began, I just went, oh, good! Let this be the end of Team Arrow. And the entire time, you know what I was rooting for? I was rooting for an earthquake in the city to open up and swallow the other half of the team so that all that's left is Felicity, Oliver, and Diggle. I've made a decision. I'm not going to watch it live anymore. It takes too long to get through it, and it's way too tedious. So I'm going to wait for both Flash and Arrow to drop on Netflix, and I'm going to just binge it that way because it's too annoying to me to watch it week by week or wait 5 weeks for it to build up and then watch them all in a row. Wait 5 weeks, build up, watch it all in a row, because even then it's still too tedious for me. That's why these are honorable mentions. My top 3, coming in for me at number 3, Aquaman. I sincerely thought this was going to be my number 1 because this was my most anticipated trailer, and I'm just as surprised as all of you that Aquaman is not my number 1 favorite trailer of Comic-Con. But don't get me wrong, it's number 3. It's in the top 3. It is one of my absolute favorites, and all these top 3 are almost tied because these were all incredible trailers. And what I loved about Aquaman is it looks like it's got great action. It's got an epic Lord of the Rings feel to it, like a great sci-fi feel, a great fantasy feel, a great superhero feel, and I know, okay, yeah, we're seeing him vie for the throne, you know, go to be a king, kind of like Black Panther was going to be a king, like Thor going to be a king. So yeah, there is some of those strong similarities, and yet this felt different enough. Man, I just really enjoyed the feel. I'm excited to meet Mira more and get to know her better. And so, like, she looks like a really, really fun character, and looks like they're going to do a really good interpretation of her in this movie. Jason Momoa, I love the dude as Aquaman. He was great in Justice League, so I'm excited to see him portray this character here. And it's cool to see DC go on the lighter side of things. I loved all the bright colors. I loved it. I loved seeing Atlantis. It was all just so awesome, and I'm really looking forward to this movie and what they're going to do with it. Number 2, Glass. Yeah, Glass came in for me at number 2, and this, no matter what, this is just going to be a highly anticipated film for me because I love Unbreakable. Unbreakable was fantastic. I loved the twist that Split was an Unbreakable sequel. Now, what's the twist gonna be when we bring all of this together? Like, I just cannot wait to get into this movie, and this trailer was just so well done. I mean, to have, you know, the psychologist looking like she's talking to somebody, we don't know who, and then boom, the camera turns around, it's all 3 of them, and they're sitting in a purple room. Mr. Glass is purple, and the color tells us something. This is Mr. Glass's world, but like, each of them still has their own color, their own personalities, and it's just really cool the way color was used in this trailer. It was really cool to see David Dunn and James McAvoy jumping out a window, fighting, and all that stuff. Like, it just, all of it looks so good. Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Glass saying, "Can I meet the Beast?" Oh my gosh. Number 1, Shazam. This is the one that surprises me the most that it's here at number 1 because I don't really get into the character Shazam. He's not my favorite DC character. I really didn't care at all whatsoever about this movie. And all of a sudden, I see this trailer, and this trailer emanates joy. It emanates fun. And as I was watching it, I just couldn't believe it. I was laughing hysterically. I was having a blast with it. This trailer did what it needed to do. And what it needed to do was make me feel like I did when I was a kid, and I wanted to be a superhero. And what would happen if I was a kid and I could say a magic word and I could be a superhero? And that's what Shazam is. And this trailer did a great job making me feel that. And that was like the most fun I had during this whole Comic-Con. I was really stressed out on Saturday with all the Hall H trailers dropping while I'm still trying to edit. I mean, I was in the middle of editing Godzilla when Shazam dropped. I was really mad because in my head, I just want to get things done in order. And I was like, all right, I'll go record Shazam. And then I forgot about my stress while I was watching the trailer because it was just that fun to me. I so enjoyed it. So I am very much looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with it. And it's just really cool to see such a, not just the brighter side of DC, but such a bright side. Because Aquaman and Shazam together really just promise DC getting lighter, DC getting brighter, DC having so much more fun with their characters, and it just gives me so much hope because I loved Man of Steel and I loved Wonder Woman. Like, the solo movies are so good, and it looks like that trend is continuing because Aquaman looks so good, Shazam looks so good. So to me, the future is looking bright for the worlds of DC. All right. That is my ranking of all of these trailers that dropped during Comic-Con. So what is your ranking of these Comic-Con trailers? Let me know in the comments, worst to best, how would you rank these? What are you most looking forward to in the coming year? Let's talk about that, and hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian, and hit the bell by the subscribe button. That way you're notified the next time I drop a ranking video, theological analysis, movie review, or anything else I do here. I also have a Patreon page, and if you want to check out that page, the link is in my description, and I would be most grateful. I have some very faithful patrons, and I'm so grateful for them. And if you like Durbania, you like the content that I do here, and you want to support it, Patreon is a great way to do that. And I have different rewards for different levels of giving, so check that out. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.